My hard disk got corrupted. Here we are. Hello everybody, I hope I'm audible right now and welcome back after crazy hours. I've been just trying to recover it, but the thing is that I couldn't really recover, and that's been one of my biggest mistakes that I've been actually committing the code, but I haven't been pushing it to the GitHub, and because of that I lost it. Anyway, like I lost the work of a week at least, so I worked on that draw app project, and right now I don't have but the resulted code that I had. So ultimately many files are missing here, and this is mainly because the hard disk. Okay, my hard disk got disconnected. Now the network that's playing with me. Anyway, I hope by now it's been fixed though. And slowly we are gonna be having good network connectivity. And coming back to this, let's just simply get all the repositories back. And ultimately we have to work on the draw app. This is the one. And it was pushed actually 2 weeks back. That is bad. So at least the code was actually pushed 2 weeks back. Mm. 2 weeks back. So good, just a minute. Is this the app I'm looking for? This ideally should not be updated 2 weeks back. Yeah, this is the only one. So July, what the hell? July 1st. Make everything functional, working, refactoring, everything's working good. This was the commit. Okay, we have different branches, that's right. So I think I was working on the backend features if I'm not wrong. Let me have a look at that. And this network is gonna keep playing with me anyway. So fixing the bug 2 weeks back. Yeah, so ultimately this was the part, backend APIs, refactor and testing branch. What is this testing branch here doing? Last month, well, that's not needed as for right now. Backend features is something that we are gonna be going with. Alrighty, so coming back to the main branch right now. Repository, just a sec. First of all I will have to clone it. So draw. And let's try cloning this right here. ls and git clone this in the current directory. Hopefully it won't take a lot of time, but at the end of the day we don't really have any other option. From wherever we left the last time, we'll have to start working from there on. Just a sec. Alrighty, so here we are. This is the overall code that we have, and meanwhile just simply install everything, and at the end of the day it turns out what's the internet speed right now. That's honestly too bad. Hmm. In kbps, a few mbps speed. Anyway, this is getting done. Meanwhile, let me try resolving this network related issue. Meanwhile, this particular thing is just happening, so give me a moment, I'll be right back. Alrighty, what was this media, this project config.ts error, cannot find module. Do we have .env? Yes, we do have. Let me try one more time. Failed to configure this. In that case, db prisma.config.ts, prisma.config.ts. So it doesn't have packages even. That is insane. Right now hopefully the network connectivity is good here. So all the packages are being installed. That is fine. cd packages yes. Connects this migrate reset. All data will be lost. Yes, I do want that. Alrighty, and again in future we will have to modify it again, but as for right now let it be. And let's fix the most important part, and then later we'll continue from here on. Bun Unfortunately we do not have the label that we actually had yesterday itself, but we have some label here. Let's see exactly where we are. So this is the code that I pushed 2 weeks back, the colors 3000. Compiling it. Great, it has been compiled even. So the main problem is not here, the main problem is in, first of all we have to sign up. Come on. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's create the board. And here we are, and this is where we were fixing the issues. So what the issue is right now, the issue is that framing did not work well earlier. Like everything else is fine, but when it comes to just creating a frame, it doesn't work. So this is something we have to fix in here. And apart from this particular thing, right now it's almost all the features are here visible directly, so we have to just simply hide them as well. So this is something that we have to focus on. It feels really bad to just simply work on the same thing again. But okay, even we don't have any feature, like whatever we worked on, most of the things they are gone right now. But okay, never mind, we have something that's more than enough. Coming back to this, let's go back to the history of the ChatGPT, because to fix the bug we were talking to the ChatGPT, but after 20th of, how can we have a look at the date? Oh, that is interesting. We did talk to this, but these are the recent ones. Probably we'll have to have a look at the date here. So this was done on 10th of July. Okay, that's good. Cut, copy, paste. By 12th of July, how far will I have to go? Here we are. Yes, this is too much. (26th). From here I will get most of the code, so it would be easier to just simply get the stuff done. 18th of July. 20th of July. How about this one? 18. So let's just simply start from here, and we'll exactly have a look as if how many things we worked on. So first of all, I give this code, and that is the icon button. What's wrong with this? When I create page and click space, it just skips editing. Huh? What's wrong when I create a page? Okay, let me see if we still have that bug or not. So when we create a page and write something, and well, we don't have that bug here. That is good part. So at least this is something good that we have here, and this is already fixed, so no need to worry about this part. Apart from this particular thing, then what I did next at least we have the history, exactly what we worked on, and what was the right sequence. Aside, what am I trying to do in here? I think this is just simply icon button. At the end of the same thing is just simply getting done in here. Make scrollable hidden, and make sure that canvas doesn't move when I scroll the pages. Is canvas moving? Just a sec. Well, that bug has been resolved as well. I am not sure. No, that hasn't been resolved. So when I am over the page, it should not be moving. So this is something we have to fix. So ultimately we have to start working on the things from here on. So we already have it there. On wheel, we can stop the propagation then and there. Recommended. So this is something that we can actually do. So use shape mode. So yeah, let's just simply fix this part wherever we are rendering the filtered pages. So the app, and mainly we have to go to the editor section, not even the editor section. Board is here, and then the left sidebar, that is where we have all the pages, right? So this is the left sidebar, and at the end of the day, we even don't need to have this. Filtered pages are here. Stop propagation is already here. So when we actually have the stop propagation, when we have a lot of pages, then what happens? Already, this is the good part. Not really bad. This is sort of already done. When we are hovering over the pages, just the pages are moving here and there. So that's fine. We already have this stop propagation on wheel. Alrighty, let's continue. What is the next thing that we are trying to do in here? I mean, this is the only thing that is left to just simply continue. Your use move shape looks mostly good, but there is one significant issue that will cause incorrect frame membership. So problem, this keep existing frame if it is still exists. I think I should continue from the last. That would be better. Yeah, so here we are assuming your API looks like this. No, that's a really bad idea. This part is done, this part is done as well. Then over here we are trying to get this part corrected. So use shape look mostly good, but there is one significant issue, that is compute moved shapes that will cause incorrect frame membership. So keep existing. Okay, what it is doing that if shape.frame id and the shape has the frame id, keep existing frame if it still exists. So what are we trying to work on right now? We are trying to work on use the shape move, so from wherever we are moving the shape. Alrighty, I cannot really delete all the pages, so let's just simply work on this part. And what are we gonna be doing here? Use the shape move. That simply means we have to go to interactions and move and use the shape move. This is something that we actually have to work on. And alrighty, so I'd better just give what I'd better. Coming back to this. Keep existing frame if it still exists. It doesn't even give us the line number, but okay, never mind. If the shape already belongs to a frame, never recompute its parent. That is right. You drag the rectangle, that is okay, but correct approach can be this. But I cannot be someone who just simply updates it. I would definitely be asking for the whole code. But let's see, another optimization is gonna be this. And overall the structure looks fine, so give me the final code as expected. I know what kind of person I am. Computer moved shapes, and then update your on pointer up to send the correct backend on pointer up we have here. Then what are we trying to do? We still have use move shape. That simply means that did not work, so that particular part, so we started fixing it again. So I would not change the z index instead of directly reordering the shapes, so that is right. And make sure save the right z index in the db, so that I can get the result in the formatted manner. That is right. So here we are saving the right z index. I would not order the array anymore instead. Okay, that is fine. I know which level I worked on this part. Compute the z index after the updating frame id. Compute this is fine. Continue going, moving. Even better, instead of renumbering every shape from 0 to 1, I recommend using the fractional ordering. So fractional indexes are actually gonna be used in here. So let me have a look at the message that I gave. This is still use move shape itself, and use these functions. So ultimately I am asking it to use the z index functions that we actually had. That is fine, and just give me the code. That is great. And then it is just simply saying that it cannot give me all the code at once. So find a I think the last time then I had to take the help of what emergent as well. I can, but not accurately. That is fine. I can honestly give you the correct okay, so it is just simply telling me over and over that it cannot really give me the whole code. And then we have reorder. Given a frame should always be below, behind, and all its children. Reorder, that is fine. So that simply means somewhere or the other I took the help of emergent to fix this bug. I don't wanna redo the same things again, and that is why I'm just simply going through the previous things that I did. So what is happening in here? What part is this? Use shape move. We are still in there, and just a sec. Correct it and give me the code. Your current implementation has two major issues. You are sorting by Z index, but you are never updating Z index after the changing frame ID. You are sending interactions.preview shapes to backend instead of the computed final shapes. So a minimum character version can be sort of like this. Okay. However, this does not satisfy your requirement. Frame should always be at the bottom. Give me code for adding indices and where to add them. Okay, that's fine. What are we doing in here? Thanks for the clarification. What am I sending? The Z indexes, that is fine. And into frame it should become the last element, and out into frame it should become the last element, and out frame it should become the last one. That is also fine. So I'm not sure whether it's actually gonna be working or not. Okay, assign mode shape in message with proper prompt, so that write a proper prompt so that I can get the code written by another AI. So it just simply generates it all. Then I'm gonna be giving this to the emergent, and hopefully the emergent is gonna be generating the code, if I'm not wrong. If the index is previous, did shape change get move the root IDs. Okay, that's fine. So what am I trying by giving this code over here? Overall, this is a good improvement over the original. It separates good parts. Issues, most important part, you are always appending mode shapes at the end of the entire canvas. Not okay, that is fine. Issue number 3, it just simply gives us the issues, and on the basis of that thing it's gonna be improved even further. Can you fix this? Yes, the biggest issue is this. Continue from here on. Can you give me the whole code as expected? This is how I implement that. I can't honestly give you the whole code. So I pasted this, and this was the code by the, I think, emergent itself. However, this version is much better than the previous one. The insertion logic is now based on the destination instead of the end of the document. However, I still see few issues, and at the end of the day I made it work, so that is why I don't wanna reinvent the wheel. So as long as I can just simply I can relocate that code, that would be better. These are the improvements that are being suggested. Overall, this is this version is the best so far, so this one we can just simply use in here. Okay, we'll see. What are mode root IDs? Wrap in frame, then we start just simply working on this particular part. Alrighty, so let's go with this code here. I'm not sure whether this is gonna be the final one or not, but we will check this thing out later. This is the overall implementation of what. Let's just simply copy it all, then I'll see what. Can't I copy it all in one go? It's quite a big one. Move shapes and pointer up. Let's just simply close this and replace the whole logic. Oh, so this is there are errors here. Well, it doesn't work. What's the best way to just simply get it back from here? Yeah, it's just telling me that again. This was the code that I actually pasted. Let me try getting this. Like control end should be the end. Yeah, this is much better. Control C. I think I need to reformat it on my own as per the need. So when it comes to reformatting this, as expected, where are the errors? Alrighty, time to do one more thing right now. Emergent. I must have the code there, but I'm not really sure which ID I used, so I have to go through all of them. In this one I have, but luckily I don't have a lot, like less than 10, so I'll be able to get the right one very soon. Alrighty, so blur kit, what was I doing in here? Ultimately it was, I think it was used for the Google Meet clone. Toggle pin stop propagation and video ref, that is right. So alrighty, we are done with this first one. Continue with Google. We can directly go with another one. I think this could be the fastest way. I'm not sure whether this is or not, but this works because so yeah, it's good to go with this. Continue with this one. I mean, there are not many IDs, so we can easily get the right one there. We actually worked on this part. Blur chat system, even this is not the one. So let's continue. So this is the new course. Glass panel system, again this is related to Google Meet project only. Let's continue with this. I did use it for like modifying the logic, and here we have this presence Excalidraw replica. It just simply created the replica of that. Presence UI preview, not sure what it was used for. it was used for the me tab, that is the first thing. And the second one I'm not sure what it was used for, so we'll have to go through it. Excalidraw JSX, it was used for just creating the demo. Well, yeah, I didn't really use this, so let's not worry about it. Continue. One, this is done coding the code. Let me check this thing out. Just few are remaining. We are sort of, I think we didn't really do anything with this Gmail, so it's gonna be giving us new points. As expected, this is a new Gmail. Okay, at least I know I have 10 credits in here, so they can be used later on. But time to log out. Continue. Just these many are remaining, so let's check out this one. I don't know how long it's gonna take to just find the right one. Glassy meat, even this wasn't used for the Excalidraw clone. So lastly, how many are the remaining ones? 2 audiobook, even 2 audiobook. This is a new Gmail for this application. Unauthorized use. You are unauthorized to use this application for what? Are you crazy? Okay, suppose excuse me for with that, but 3 audiobooks should be the, even this is a new Gmail. Lastly, we have this one, 999. Page controls, use load board, even this is another one. Crazy. Lastly, I have this only option, emergent. Probably I have some Gmail here, so it was, they might have been used. Otherwise, we'll try to reformat the same code that we had. So emergent can be used for reformatting the code as well, so it won't be a problem. But let me check this email. I thought this would be the fastest way, but I don't think so. We will have to re-go through the bug and fix that, but that's a lot to do. You are unauthorized to use this application. What is enabled to unauthorized? This is again not working. We don't really have anything in there. Okay, let's do one thing. Reformat this code directly using the AI. That would be the best thing as of right now. So we have this code, but this is not formatted the right way. So let's just simply get it formatted if we have the credits in there. Allow. See this 1.79. This should be enough. Format this. You should be able to at least do this much, even though we have less credits, around 1.59. But ideally it should be fine. We'll have to wait for a while if the credits they don't run out. Let's just Alright, welcome back. The thing is that my internet dropped. Ultimately my mobile got switched off, and because of that thing it just everything got disconnected then and there. But here we are back, and let's continue. It didn't really work. Yeah, so this part did not work, so let's get rid of this one. Coming back to this, format the code and give me the result right here, and fix the And meanwhile, let me just simply, assuming your API looks like this, create shape and base shape, so we can just simply copy this, and ideally it should be working. Control C, also keep compare by z index, A by B, A, okay, that is fine. Wrapping frame, that does not belong to this particular part. So wrapping frame is the part of canvas context menu. Use menu action. I have wrapping frame in here, and we'll just simply create a shape API or shapes API. Interactions draw. We already have create shapes API in here. So but when it comes to this, so I need to pass an array, so that's gonna be an array of the frame. Compare by z index, but it is, we don't really have it in here. We don't even have any suggestions. Interesting. Let's have this part right here. Compare by z index, though it should be different to one. This is not gonna be working all the time, so we need to fix this part as well. But overall, yeah, this is fine. Emergent. It has formatted the code. We will go through all the code, but once everything is done, like even I will explain exactly what is for what. But as for right now, let's just simply continue with this as it is. So ultimately, when we move, moving should ideally be working fine, but we have the issues here. This is fine, we don't have any problem as such with this. Let me see if it works or not. So when we actually create a frame, it is not part of that, so no doubt it needs to be fixed up. But when we move it inside, it becomes part of that, and now we are not even able to select this, so we'll have to work on this part. We actually have to work on many, but it's good to just get as much code as from the history of the applications as possible. So on 20th of July I did this much. Let's continue from here. and shape grouping fix logic. Coming back to this one, this was actually done on which day? 23rd of July. Great. So what I was doing in here, I was passing compare by z index, and this doesn't really work, that is right. So later I'm gonna be your logic is mostly solid, but there are two real issues in wrapping frame. Wrong frame ID, that is okay. Fix is gonna be sort of ID is gonna be frame ID important, but the thing is that okay, that's fine. Or even better, create frame ID this, do stand problem 3. Let me have a look at the end result. The final version is gonna be sort of like this, extra important this. I think I'm passing the same code again. Compare by z index, use selection menu actions, and in there the frame itself. The version is much better, the frame child relationship should be fixed. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is the version that's actually being used at the end. Not really bad. Again, how the things are working, we'll go through them later on, but this particular thing is just simplify the logic. Let's continue. What was the day for this one? 23rd of July only. At least I have the history of the chats with the AI. This way I will be able to recover most of the things. What is this now? Again we are working on create frame, like that. The biggest source of complexity is that you are maintaining the multiple intermediate data structures. I simplify it like this, remove. That simply means this is not optimized yet. Compute frame shapes, and going ahead, split on pointer up, that is fine. Alrighty, let's just simply continue again. So here we are, and use selections menu. This is all about the framing part. So the first part, I think the biggest simplification would be build shape or the computer, build shape change and moved IDs. Those 6 removals alone would shrink the files considerably. Okay, that is fine. Then we are passing this in here. Yes, that's a real issue. If get previous index simply generates the value before this. Wrapping frame. Fix this. Give me the complete logic. Wrapping frame is gonna be sort of like this. Just like this, as we move, frame becomes part of another frame if any. Do the same when creating that. So give me logic for creating a frame to copy. Give me logic for creating a frame. Okay, to copy, that is fine. Group. Use frame name editor. What is this code all about? Use create canvas renderer. From here it would be not that great, so I'd better just go from the beginning. So first of all, GNI overview, router organization, state name, page ID, state name for page ID. This is related to the board. Router image manager, that is fine. GNI overview recovery. Okay, let's continue from here. Exactly what I did the most recent time. Board routes are actually gonna be here. Routes v1 board.routes, that is fine. Page routes are gonna be these, and okay. Honestly, I think I should just simply start from the beginning. Where whatever bugs we have, we should just simply resolve them. This could be the easiest thing to do right now, instead of just simply going back to the history and fixing this stuff. 29th of July. Simplify the logic. Okay, let me do one thing here, that is send to back. What is this at the end? We have the logic related to the moving the things here and there as well. But at the end we do have this code. Alrighty, I already think I have the latest version of it, so let's not worry about that. And going ahead, then next we started use selection menu action, so we started modifying this one. That's the real issue. If get previous index simply generates a value before the first shape index without considering the other shapes. The correct behavior depends on what get previous z index does. If you are using fractional indexing, get previous z index, first shape is implemented sort of like this. So this is where we are computing the z index between 2 points. However, if another shape already exists between the previous siblings, okay, that is fine. Wrap in frame. So the first part was done for what? wrap in frame itself. Okay, that is fine. So going ahead, we are gonna be wrapping the, you are calculating the new Z index correctly, but you are still passing the old code. Okay, that is fine. So this avoids give me the complete logic, so it gives me the logic of the wrap frame, at least this part. This approach guarantees the frame is always inserted immediately before this. Alrighty, so when this wrap frame is clear, actions, wrap in frame, let's replace this part in here. I'm gonna be just simply replacing the logic, and once everything is actually done, we'll see which thing is just gonna work or which one is not. Alrighty, going ahead, what are we trying to do in here? Just like this, as we move, frame becomes part of another frame, if any. Okay, do the same when creating that. So when we are actually creating it, so yes, instead of manually assigning frame ID to this all selector shapes, use the same logic you use in this. So your move already becomes like this. So create a frame temporarily, add it to the scene, treat the frame plus selector shapes as the preview shapes, find destination frame, computer, move the shapes IDs and persist. Even better, right now you have two implementations for frame parenting, wrap in frame and use move shapes. Those should be unified. Give me the logic, get selected shapes, calculate the bounds of the selection, create the new frame, add the frame temporarily to the scene, determine whether the new frame itself is inside another frame, find using the destination frame. Okay, that is fine. How about the code, will it give me or not? Give me the logic for creating frame and to copy. Okay, that is fine. Create this, calculate this. It doesn't really give me the code directly. What is this all about? Next shape, previous shapes. This logic is correct. The logic is, that logic isn't correct. Child shapes is gonna be this, that is fine. Group. So yes, since grouping only changes the group ID of the selected shapes, you should update the local state first, correct the changed shapes and then update frame, then we start updating the frame name. That simply means we have to modify it on or on over here, because it doesn't really give us the code. Here we are. This may already be right. Alrighty, let's not change this as of right now. Considering that this is right, again the result is gonna tell us whether that's actually right or not, but let's just simply continue. Then we have the next shapes, that is fine. We have the group in here, save it to db2. So over here we get the logic for saving the group. So that is actually part of the actions itself. Wrap in frame, the second one is the group. So this part is done. Update frame name. So even the frame name is not being updated the right way, right? So you should follow the same optimistic update pattern as the rest of your code. Move group or wrap, update the local state, select the change the frame, persist it and roll back. So update frame name is gonna be sort of like this. But where is that update frame name? We have the group in here. We have wrap in frame, but we don't have update frame name. So this update frame name should be part of frame itself. Style, what? Frame, finish, handle, change, down. We don't have update frame name in here. Cancel editing, finish editing, update frame name, we definitely have it in here. And right now it's pretty simple one, so it even has to save the data in the DB, and that is why this part needs to be replaced with this one, and it is just simply saving the stuff in the API to page ID and this. Now the only problem is that I don't have the update shapes API, so update shapes API is gonna be in here. So we have create shapes, get shapes, update shapes. Let's name it update shapes API. So I should be able to simply get it in here. As for the page ID, it is just not able to find that shapes. They need to be just imported. Alrighty, at the end of the day there are gonna be a lot of bugs, but most of the things are even gonna be right as well, so that's the best thing. But at the end of the day, when you have lost the code that you wrote, so no doubt it's gonna take a few days to get the same level back. I actually made many changes, and from then I just simply lost at once. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit time consuming to just simply get everything back. Update shapes. Okay, let's just simply continue. As for the bugs here and there, they are gonna be fixed on the go. Then what are we trying to do in here? This is frame name editor. Frame name editor, so the place where we are trying to edit the frame. There are a few issues with this. Update frame name. Okay, so let me do one thing. The use effect is actually gonna be like this. Okay, that is fine. Cancel editing like this. Frame data dot text. Text does not exist in arrow type data and all, that is fine. So it should be if frame dot type, that's triple equals to frame. If that's not equals to frame, then return. And apart from this particular thing, finish editing. I'm just simply replacing the updated version. Later we'll see whether that updated version is the right one or not. Update frame name. Update frame name, it actually takes the value. Then in this particular case, update frame name does not take the value. Now already this seems to be done. Over here I'll just have a check that if frame dot type, that's not equal equals to frame. Let's just simply do this, return it from here. Okay, this is overall done. Going ahead, we see this issue. What is we see why is that so? I don't see the state being logged even when it's set. Yeah, this was the issue that I was just simply facing. I think the problem is in not just and the state is being set in there, so just and have to show frame ID. So the renderer create this frame ID, renderer use memo create a renderer. A quick test. What do we paste in here? Use create canvas renderer. Create canvas renderer. Get grouped shapes. Render shape selection. Render group selection. Render background. Yeah, this was the problematic thing in there. So ultimately I have to modify this logic too. I think this is already modified. Okay, what the hell, yeah, come on, you got to be kidding me. Control C. I don't think the issue is in the use canvas renderer. So let me see exactly what kind of renderer this is. So canvas renderer, use canvas renderer. It is like this right now, but again it is sort of great. Anyway, I'm gonna be replacing it. So we are not using the schedule render, so this is fine. It's gonna be working as expected. Few issues that we are facing, that is images is missing in type. Image map, are we still using the image map in here? Not really, so we can completely get rid of that. Much better. Okay, going ahead, just for a request that does this. I suspect you will find, okay, that is fine. Ultimately this is right, we don't really have any problem with this as such. Use get frame ID and frame ID from your previous loop. Then what are we doing in here? Use frame name editor, again working on the same. So let me see if there's a, I found the bug. The problem is here. Finish editing, start await params, await frame. If not frame, then this. It is just simply guessing the stuff over here. Verified, finish editing. ID comment using doing this better can be this use effect is gonna be sort of like this. Request animation frame, but I don't think this is the problem. Handle double click. Finish editing. It's not like it's being set to null, rather I get the state when I either click enter or mouse. Okay. This is bad. this way of comparing is not good, this way of comparing is good. First of all, let me fix this. Compare z index. Wherever I have this, compare z. As of right now I have it like this, later I'm gonna be even making it better. And compare z index, let's just simply replace this. Even this thing needs to be like that only, but that can be done later. How long has it been anyway? 33 minutes since the last time. Okay, that's fine. The bug isn't in the guess shapes itself, it is correct. Already sorted. The real problem is likely your shapes array is not ordered by z index. Order this, however, this is the problem. Even though we think after z a after z a comes, okay, that's fine. You found the actual issue, that is fine. So it is actually suggesting us to use the binary comparison, and that binary comparison is sort of like this. The shorter version is gonna look like this. I want input to be selected. At least I know what exactly I was doing. This doesn't work when I was going through this particular part. So I have the idea about the issues that I faced back then. Frame name area. Okay. I back then fixed this bug, so we can fix it again, so not really big problem. Even the answer is not mentioned there. Write a logic for ungrouping shapes. Not bad. We have group. We are gonna have one group as well. Update shapes API, of course. That is required to be here. Algorithm for removing the frame. Delete shape API. We have to change the API name. At the end of the day, we have to change quite a lot of things, but let it be as of right now. I think this is modify and use fractional in usage. Fractional usage. That is right. Hopefully these are the right ones. So bring forward, they are actually part of the actions again. So this context menu. Let's go to the order. Order, where is that? Order. So the first one is the bring. Earlier what we were doing, that generate key between, we were compares that index, that is fine. So we were moving it here and there by moving the items in the array forward or backward, and right now we are gonna be doing it using z index. Send backward. Again, I will go through the logic. There could be even probability that we'll have to change a lot of stuff, because right now I'm just simply blindly replacing the logic, and but the thing is that I'm getting the code from the history. That simply means back in the history I definitely used this somewhere or the other. So most of the things are gonna be correct, few things are gonna be missing here and there, so we'll fix them whenever we encounter that particular bug. So bring to front we have, and to send back we have here. Swap is not really gonna be used now anymore. Send to back is gonna be done. Give me the logic for ordering in such a way so that if a shape belongs to a frame, it changes its order with respect to the frame, and others should. The clean way. That is right. Do not say that I will have to replace the logic again. Give me the logic. I said give me the complete logic to copy. Yeah, this is how I talk to the AI. What kind of code is this? Bring forward. Compare by z index. Similarly, give me the logic for all. This is the most insane thing ever. But okay, never mind. We have, first of all, we have bring forward in here. This isn't done yet. There were still a few things missing, so we got it back. Update shares push history. Okay, as for the bugs, we are gonna be fixing them later. Let's mainly focus on copying and pasting the code as soon as possible, send backward. There are bugs, no, but that can be fixed later on. Bring to front. At least the right code is gonna be at the right place. As for the bugs, we'll fix them. Thanks to this history, even my hard disk got corrupted. Next time onwards, I'm definitely gonna be pushing everything to the GitHub account. Save text shape. Yes, before creating the texture, determine whether the flicker position line. Give me the complete logic. So save text shape. Find parent, and so on and so forth. So let's go to the text wherever we are creating the text. Ignore the errors right now. I am gonna be fixing it very soon. Save text shape. Where find destination is the same helper you already used in the shapes and all, that is fine. Find destination, hopefully that's already in here. And am I using find destination? Yes, I am using that, but I don't have it in here. So in that case, let me just have as a helper function over here. Later I'm gonna be just simply moving it at the right place. Get copy of the index. We don't really have this in here, that's clear. Okay. Contains rect is not here, so I can just simply comment this, and probably we can't even import it anyway. We'll fix it later. Let's keep the things that can be done later. Find this destination frame, that's even better. Find destination frame. Check inside frame. We don't really have check inside frame in here, or do we have that? Find destination frame for text. Find destination frame. Alrighty, check is inside frame. This is right here. That's a bit better. And later the repeated code is gonna be reformatted well, so not really a big problem. And ultimately this ends it here. Then job search. I think I was just simply looking for some of the jobs, and also the code will definitely not be here, but let me see. As expected, design system review. So this is related to Google Meet clone project, right? So this doesn't give me better versions of it. Yeah, so this doesn't really have anything to do with the Excalidraw clone project. Alrighty, this is done. So once this particular part is done, Tailwind CSS v4 update. This is still related to that only, but let's go to the next one. Alrighty, what are we doing here? So what should I do in my Excalidraw clone project? I'll copy pasting from one page to another page and one word to another word. So this is starts from here on we actually start working on copying and pasting the stuff. So let's not work on this part right now, rather fix the stuff that we already have and then we will start working on this. That would ideally be better, right? Otherwise we will have many things and then we will not be able to fix. So Excalidraw clone implementation, these are the things that we actually have. So what's the selected one right here? This is the one. So let me hopefully I have the link, and that particular link is actually gonna be saved in my notes, or even better, let's just simply save the link in here. What I wanted to save the link. Copy the link, paste it in here, save it in here. Alrighty, so this part is done. Right now it's time to just simply go through the everything, fix the bugs, make it work, and then move to the next step, right? So this is the overall plan is right now.